I had turned off the other YouTube because it was about to be really loud. My wife just texted me and said, "Don't bicker with Angie," but
don't bicker with me either.
Yeah, no, don't worry. She'll probably be in the chat here soon anyway. But welcome to Monday Motivation. Angie's over here, and our guest below us is Rachel Strickland. How are you?
Awesome.
Thank you for joining us. So we got
I got that one down.
I know that one's easy.
That one we can do.
Yep. James is in the chat. How are you? Adam Exploits. How are you doing? Rachel's also in the chat.
Rachel.
Hey. I'm gonna give up on this following the chat early and just go with whatever you post.
Yeah, that works. Adam Picker's in the chat. How are you? And there's Ed the reselling rider. I got it right finally. Patrick Murphy's in the chat. How are you doing? And then the Hoogs are here.
Hey guys.
How are you guys doing? Also, if you guys have any questions for Rachel, please put them in the chat. Put some question marks or just tag me so that I can keep up with it. Also, Michael's here too. How are you? So, you want to start off the question, Angie?
I do. I'm going to hit her right away. I'm going to say, you have to tell us about your newest video. I did not have a minute to watch it yet because I was lame about your scamming. How do you get scammed on your
Thank you. Thank you, because you said, tell me about your latest video, and I was just waiting for you to prompt me about what it was, and then you said you hadn't watched it, and I was like, oh, dear Lord, what was my latest video?
Okay. Well, it's about the
scamming. Okay, yeah, I would like to tell you guys about that, because since you're both
How do you do a giveaway and still be scammed?
Right. I was trying to give people money. So I'll make it a really short story. Carol, Butterfly Hustles, won, and she contacted me on Instagram.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. She contacted me on Instagram, and I was like, oh, hey, girl. And she just seemed like desperate to hurry up and get this money. And I was like, you never know what people are going through. So she's like, send it to my husband's PayPal. Like, we share our finances. And I'm about to press send when I'm like, this isn't Carol. And like, long story short, this guy totally like copied and pasted her entire Instagram profile down to her story that day, like the video of her story and everything. And so I wind up praying for this guy during the scamming. And I'm like, you know what? God did not make you to be like this. Let me pray for you. And then by the end of it, he's like praying for me. Like, he did not mean it. It was not sincere.
Wow.
But it's kind of crazy. And in the video, I talk about like how I contacted PayPal and what they didn't do about it. They could not care less. So yeah, it was very crazy. But I'm just like thankful that I probably on my own was stupid enough to fall for it. But I'm like, thank God for discernment, because I feel like the Holy Spirit just stopped me before I pushed send. And that was like $50 giveaway. Right. So yeah, it was nuts.
Well, I think I saw that Carol said that's who Butterfly Hustles is, right?
Yeah.
I remember her saying something like, it's really sad when somebody tries to scam you out of $50 just because, you know, it's a giveaway, for crying out loud.
Yeah. And then like, Angie, to make matters worse, I posted that video that you haven't watched yet, that you should go watch. I posted that video, and immediately it started getting like tons of thumbs down. It had more thumbs down than thumbs up, and there were all these negative comments and people agreeing with the negative comments about how I shouldn't be so like high and mighty to put down this person that was just trying to collect money. And I was like, surely this isn't how people feel. Was I unclear in the video? And then I'm like putting it together, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is the scammer. And so I hid one of the accounts. All the negative comments go away, and then YouTube takes the thumbs down away. So it was like, I'm confident it was the same scammer. If he's in the chat tonight, hey. I hid them from the channel, but it's just crazy. So if you do a giveaway, just understand that you need to check all your dot all your I's and cross all your T's to ensure that the right person actually gets the money. Because I would have given it to Carol even if I'd been scammed. I would have made right with her. But like $50, that's a sushi date with my husband. Like, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
A sushi date. Wait, there's just nothing I don't like about you.
Bartermania, how are you? There's another new name in the chat, Gene.
That's my dad.
Okay.
Hey, Dad.
How are you?
I'm sure my mom's watching with him too. So hi, Mom and Dad.
Perfect. Timothy Martin, he just subbed to me a little bit ago, so thanks for stopping by. There's my wife. Thanks for listening upstairs. Marcus is
Hi,
in
Raina.
there.
Hey, Marcus.
Mom's Closets, Texas. Christy's here. How are you?
Don't look at the screen if you're driving.
That's a good thing. Yep. The lengths the lengths people go to just to make others miserable.
It was crazy. It did not make me miserable though. It was a new opportunity to pray for somebody.
Yeah. PayPal could care less. There's a similar issue, and Ed would have done the same thing, but more than likely it was the scammer. Yeah, he's looking. Yeah, he's here looking for more. Hopefully not. That's why no rations are given out tonight.
Yeah, but he might be looking for cookies.
Maybe.
Well, I just did a giveaway on.
I have to protect my cookies.
We just did a giveaway on Saturday. Now I'm hoping Ed was the one that won the giveaway. Hopefully it was actually Ed.
I hope so. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Well, it was because I shipped it to him with his address that he bought something else from. So
I mean, I've got some advice from bigger YouTubers who are just avoid giveaways altogether, and I don't want to avoid them. I want to give. Even on my Instagram, like Christy, I did a thing where I asked people to guess how many pieces of clothing were in this tote, and she guessed it like right on. So I bought her coffee that day. Just fun things.
Yeah. Yes. The fun giveaways are something cool. We were gonna have a giveaway coming up since we just hit 700, and it's not money or anything, but it's a really cool giveaway. So we'll be posting that this week. My wife
I'm having a giveaway as well because I hit 100. Woo!
Yes, that's your first milestone. My wife said she loves your positive outlook on the situation.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. There's way too much going on for me to be like down in the dumps about that.
Yeah. No, I mean you definitely found the positive side of it. The Hoogs say the cookies were so good. Hold on. They got cookies.
They won last week.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on them, but that's okay. That green stuff.
Maybe for my giveaway. I need to do something other than cookies, I think.
Pittsburgh Picker said they have to have a code word in the video. Might cut down on it.
Oh, that's a nice idea. Yeah.
Something.
But that is crazy though. They copied everything just for $50.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said in my video. I was talking with the Chosen Goods reseller Carissa, and I said she said if they had just applied the same amount of time to a minimum wage job, they probably could have made the $50.
Yeah, it took them longer to copy that Instagram channel. Paul Philly Flippers here. How are you?
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
And she said she's sending the cookies to James today. No, James.
I'm sending them to his granddaughter. Yeah.
Which is because they might not make it across the Mexico border. So.
Yeah, I'm thinking they'd be eaten by then, but you never know.
Eaten by something.
So what is your? Oh, go ahead.
No, I know where you're going. I'll let you go.
You don't know.
Aren't you going to ask her, like, tell us about yourself, tell us what platforms you sell on?
No, but that's perfect. There we go.
Do your thing.
Yeah, go ahead. Let us know what platforms you sell on.
Okay, so I sell largely on eBay. My majority is eBay. And then I sell some on Poshmark. And with Poshmark's recent rollouts of like bulk sharing your closet and bulk offers to likers and things like that, I am starting to do more on Poshmark, and I recently cross-posted a lot over on Poshmark. I mean, I don't hate Poshmark. I've made a good amount of money over there. I like the ability, like, to me, in the same amount of time that I would be cross-posting things to Poshmark or sharing my closet, I could be listing stuff. I could be listing more items. And so that's kind of where my focus has been the last year or so. But so eBay and Poshmark.
So we just started on Poshmark like 3 days ago. My wife kind of took that side of it. She's doing the Poshmark, I'll do the eBay, and we actually finally had our first sale on Poshmark. So
nice.
But I think she wants to get away from the clothes though. So
yeah,
I don't know what she'll be listing on there then. But
shoes, accessories.
I don't think she wants to.
I've heard that shoes do really well over there. What I cross post over to Poshmark is anything designer, because I feel like they have a higher end clientele than eBay for clothing. And I just mean this honestly, for clothing, used clothing, people look at eBay as a yard sale. For used clothing, people look at ThredUp and the Real and Poshmark as like luxury. Someone else paid full price and then I'll get it for cheaper. So like there's things that I've sold over on Poshmark that I never could have got that price on eBay.
Yeah. And we just did the 2 ThredUp mystery boxes. it did really well. So that's why I said, I don't know if I want to list this on eBay, because like what you just said, you're never going to get that money for it. So
yeah, like you guys had some Lily Pulitzer and stuff, and I always cross post that over to Poshmark. But then like Le Creuset, the pots and pans, I would think that was something that would do well on Poshmark. But then when I run comps, it's not even worth cross posting over there because people are just giving it away.
Oh, wow. Really?
Huh.
Maybe a good opportunity to source for it if you make someone a good enough offer.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I heard somebody say today on a chat where they would go on Amazon and buy the stuff cheap just to get it out of Amazon, and they would turn around and resell it for higher on Amazon. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I would also like you to tell us what you do in your spare time, because I watched a video from you earlier and I was just like, you're crazy.
I know the video that you're talking about is running. My whole family runs, all of us. My youngest is 5 and he did his first 5K when he was 4. My next oldest is 15. He runs cross country and he did his first half marathon when he was 12. And then my husband and I, we're ultra marathoners. So like he had 2 separate 100-mile attempts this year. One of them he got 78 miles in. And so we just run for fun. Yesterday was 100 degrees and I was out running 8 miles. And I can say that little 8-mile run was one of the hardest runs I've ever had because it was just miserably hot. I could not find shade. It was noon, which was stupid on my part. But I just like, it's so good for my mental health. If I am in a funk, I know I just need to go for a run and sweat it out. And I feel so much better. Like I would encourage anyone, especially in reselling, because we can get so sedentary in front of our computers all the time, or the only time we're moving is while we're thrifting. Get into some type of a like a workout program. If it's yoga, if it's like weightlifting, walking, running, anything, you would be surprised how much better you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we try to run too, but those ultra marathons, that's just too far for me.
I used to be an ultra walker.
That's awesome.
I did 100,000 steps September 1st of 2020.
Wow, that's like that's 50 miles.
60 kilometers or something like that. 50. I'd have to look at it, but
a 60K.
I'm so
37, 37.2, because that's the furthest like race that I've ran as a 60K.
Right. Yeah, it was just walking, but I mean, I literally walked for I think like 13, 14 hours that day.
That's awesome.
But I was but because of COVID, there wasn't much to do, and I wasn't doing eBay yet. I didn't have a life, so now I really don't have a life. But
like it does so much for your mind, and it's alone time. And I know some people are afraid to be alone with their thoughts, but you have your most creative thoughts. You can talk to God in that amount of time. Like there's just so much that you can do with those many hours of alone time. And when my son was training for his half marathon, I mean, you have this 12-year-old, this preteen, and so we would have 2 hours uninterrupted every Sunday that we would just run. And I like that'll forever be one of my favorite things about him growing up, was training for that half marathon with him.
Aw.
So will you ever attempt the 100 miles?
Absolutely. We were wanting to do one in October, but the schedule's been so crazy. But I would love to do it with my husband, but we crew each other. So that means like we're there to put on, whatever ointment you need and wipe you down with bug spray and all these things. I'm reading what he said, the wicked run. Yeah. Everyone behind me that I'm trying to beat, they're the ones chasing me.
Right.
Yeah. The Bible also says run in a way as to get the prize. So I'm going to run really hard, Paul.
Right. I have to interrupt just very quickly. And can you make me big for a minute?
Okay.
Make you what?
Just for big, my picture big.
Oh.
Just a split second. Hi, Michaela. I love you. It's good to see you. You'll be good. Okay.
That has to be for your daughter.
That's for Michaela Hoog. She is my biggest fan. I love you. Yeah, she actually won the cookies. So
that's so sweet.
We're besties now. So I got a little note that she's watching. So I wanted to make sure that she knew that.
Hey, Michaela, we'll all say hi to you.
Yeah.
Sorry
about that.
I was joking. We did 5Ks and we got close to the end. You have that one old person start to pass you, and it's like, nope, not happening.
I have had so many people like in their 50s pass me during big races. I'm talking half marathon, marathon. You cannot size up a runner at the start line. Like there are all fitness levels. And with running, you only get faster as time goes on. Like I'm 35 now, and I can't wait to see how fast I'm going to be when I'm 40. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I got slower, so I definitely got slower, especially after this past year.
I had never done a 10K, and so I was doing 5Ks, and then my friends encouraged me to try a 10K, and I actually had somebody accuse me of cheating. They said, "Well, your phone went 10K, but I'm not sure you went." And I'm like, "Listen, I might be the age that I am, but I am not going to cheat. Give me a break." So I was like, anyway, I dropped my phone.
So what is the items you look for when you go out? Is it clothing, electronics, or anything?
I just love vintage things. When I was growing up, my dad had this affinity for things that were like from the 50s and 60s. And I think he must have been the one that romanticized the era for me. Now, my dad was born in 66. He's not that old. So it's not like he lived through the 50s and 60s and that's why he loved them. He just had this love of them. And I was the same way growing up. I obviously didn't live through the 50s and 60s, but like I see these items that are wood and metal and glass, and the quality that is there is unmatched. Like there's a reason it's still around 70 years later. And so I see those items, and around here people think they're junk, and so I want to save them. And so I grab anything vintage, and I want to get it in the hands of someone that is going to protect it and love it and collect it or use it, like use these pretty things. So anything vintage. And then second place is designer, because the quality is unmatched in designer items.
Correct. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
So where are you located? Because you said you were in the central time zone, so.
Yeah, I'm in Southeast Missouri, so we're just like the Boot Hill of Missouri that refused to be a part of Arkansas.
Well, I won't ask you. I'll ask you later. I know some of that little area. I have some friends in Poplar Bluff, which would not.
Oh yeah, I'm like 30 minutes from Poplar Bluff.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Cool. Paul's on a diet, so.
Oh,
don't come with cookies.
I was gonna say you're only about 10 or 12 hours from me.
Yeah.
I'm 5 hours from St. Louis.
I'm 10 or 12 hours from almost every reseller except for Marcus, Dixon's Pickens. He is only an hour north of me, and so he and I still really need to meet up sometime, because we're like the closest of any reseller YouTubers that I've seen so far.
There's a lot. Awesome. I think there's a lot around us. So, but I know like Pittsburgh Picker, he's in the chat. We're only 8 miles from each other, and we still haven't ran into each other.
How?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I mean, Paul's on the other side of the state. Cincinnati Picker's only crazy. 6 hours away.
Oh, by the way, I have to tell you, since you're talking about Pennsylvania. So the other day when I was asking you about Yinzer, I texted my aunt, who is from Pennsylvania, and I can't tell you, I meant to ask her before I jumped on here about where in Pennsylvania she's from, and she said she's never heard this term. It is only local to you.
Western Pennsylvania, it's pretty much right around the city of Pittsburgh. That's the only people who. That's
so funny. Yeah, I immediately texted her, and I was like, do you use the term Yinzer? And she said, I don't understand what you're asking me.
Yeah, it's a local thing.
That's funny.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, Kevin had Paul's shirt on yesterday in a video. So do you travel to Arkansas to source?
I haven't. I did a little bit of sourcing in Jonesboro, Arkansas, because it's only like an hour from us, and we went there right before Christmas. We went to see this really cool Christmas display that they had, and I tried to go in there, and I was like, I don't know how anyone would ever resell in this store. I mean, like, it's comical to me when people do these like thrifting trips, and let me pay for my trip, why didn't I go thrifting? And they go to the city, because when I go to the city to source, it's going to be like $10 plus for the same pair of jeans that's going to be $2 in my small town. Like, if you do a thrifting trip, you need to Route 66 it. You need to go to some 2-stoplight town, because that's where the prices are going to be cheap. But instead, people are going to like Atlanta and Houston and Dallas, and like that to me is a crazy concept. I mean, you're going to get the trip part out of it, I guess, but you're not going to see like incredible thrifting prices,
Right.
Correct. Yeah, see, this Fuzz Flips said they used to be at Yinzer. Now they're in Florida, but they lived on Mount Washington, Whitehall, which on our background, Mount Washington's actually to the right of the city. So
Nice.
Yeah, unless you're from Pittsburgh, Yinzer really doesn't mean too much.
I've driven through Bradenton, Florida on the way up to Orlando from like southern Florida.
Okay. Rachel, how far are you from Jonesboro, Arkansas?
An hour, just about an hour. The way I drive, it's closer to like an hour and 20 minutes because I'm like a turtle. But I have friends that could get there in an hour.
So you said that on your little Instagram motivation type thing before the show that you like to motivate your people or your followers. What do you try to tell them, or what's something that is there any kind of a saying that you like to give, or just do you?
Yeah,
I know it seems like your faith is pretty important. So is it more scriptural, or do you just say, go get them?
Well, I definitely think in reselling, like, especially to me, I'm the only reseller in my town. So I feel like there's room for everyone to win. And so, like, on my channel on YouTube, I give out free information. My information will always be free because that's how I started in reselling, was people that would tell me for free what to do. And so I want to encourage people because, like, I have stay-at-home moms that reach out to me and say, you're the reason I'm staying at home with my kids. And I could cry when I get messages like that, because it's exactly like why I'm giving out free information. I mean, as you spoke about, my faith is obviously pretty strong to me. I mean, I'm nothing without Jesus Christ. And so I want people also to know who God says they are, because if you grab a hold of that and you live your life knowing who God says you are, like, you will start to live in an audacious way and think like, I'm unstoppable and I have not because I ask not. And like, you will look at the little things like someone trying to scam you out of $50 as an opportunity to pray for them. If you just get filled up with that kind of joy,
Right. Oh,
but then agree. You said, do I have a saying? I always say at the end of every video, treat your business like your business. Because if you treat this like a hobby, that's all it'll ever be. If you treat it like a side hustle or just any one of those things, that those terms that people use, like, this is my business. I'm trying to be an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I'm going to work this as my full-time job. I was telling a friend of mine today, what I'm netting a week on eBay right now. And she said, that's just selling yard sale stuff. And I said, yeah, but I work it as a full-time job. Like, it's not, I mean, if you do prepare to do this, amount of volume or anything on eBay, then just quit your other job just so that you don't have time for both.
Right. And it's a lot of work. You have to sort through your stuff. You have to clean it. You have to list it. You have to ship it.
You earn that money.
You have to talk to the customer. All of that.
Yeah.
And Paul said he's going to Jonesboro for a wedding at the end of September.
That's awesome. Yeah, for sure. We should somewhere. There's nowhere between here and Jonesboro. There's the town that I grew up in, and there's not a thrift store there.
You'll have to make Paul run, though. Make him run.
Yeah. Well, there's a half marathon we're doing in September, Paul. You could come up and do that with us.
Hey, he's on a diet. I'll help him. Super fast tortoise. How are you?
Hopefully it's cooler then.
Yeah. Rev Artist said amen. Luckily, our temperatures are about to drop to the 70s. So
us too.
70s. Oh my gosh, that would be so welcome.
It's been like in the 90s for so long. So Yinzer Picker said, so true. We tell people all the time, it is a hard job. It's less stressful than a 9-to-5 job.
Oh, for sure. It's less stressful than any other job answering to anyone. I mean, I know we answer to our customers, but like the duration of your transaction with someone is so much shorter than any other job. Like, I sell real estate and you're with people a month just from the time that they actually go into contract to the closing, but it's like the year before that they're looking for a house, and like you're with these people a long time. And on eBay, I'm with you for, a very short amount of time. Even if you have a complaint, sometimes it's worth it just to give you back your $20, just so I don't have to hear about it.
That's true. So you said that you were done sourcing until you sold everything you have for the death pile and whatnot, but you came across the yard sale. What was it? Like everything was like a quarter or something like that?
So I'm cashing in my death pile for a car right now, but I'm kind of in a predicament right now. I am to the last probably 100 items of my death pile. And here's the thing. If I went to continue listing, currently I've been listing 50 items a day, 20 items a day, the numbers are going down the closer I get to the end of the death pile. But I feel like I need to maintain not a death pile, but something of a backstock, because if I want to list 20 things a day, if I don't have a little bit of back stock, that means I have to buy 20 items a day. And I'm either going to have to go with quantity over quality and pick up whatever 20 items I can make $1 off of, or I'm going to have some items reserved that I know are going to make me good money. So I don't think I'm going to completely deplete the death pile. And I come across the one and only thrift store in my entire town. Twice a year, they have a sale. It starts out on Monday, it's a bag sale. On Tuesday, it's like $1. Wednesday, things were 50 cents. And then by Thursday, they were a quarter. And Friday, they were shut down. Saturday, they were shut down. And today, they were shut down. So they're refilling the store.
Oh, nice.
They do that twice a year. And so, yeah, that video was me hitting the 50-cent day and the $1 day.
Awesome.
That is crazy. I wish, I mean, that kind of happened to us about a week ago. We did a community sale, and on the way home, this church had this sign up. It said, fill a box for $10. Because they had a sale all week, and each day was something different, but it was still worth stopping by and picking it up. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Don't you have people give you free stuff? I mean, I have to turn stuff away. I mean, like, not turn stuff away, but like, for instance, today I was telling my husband that I was walking by a house that you could tell that it was some hoarder. I mean, the stuff was kind of icky, and there was dishes, and there was a vacuum cleaner and an air filter. And I'm like, okay, I have a whole bedroom full of stuff. Don't even look. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I kept walking, and I come back, and I was like, don't do it. Told my husband about it, and he said, don't you know the best price that there is free? And I'm like,
it depends.
Well,
was it really free? Like, you would have had to clean all that and degrease it and degunk it, and then who knows what you're bringing in on your floors. And I mean, like, Harry Tornado and Haley Tornado is what I'm going to call her, because they made it clear in the last video that's what she wants to be called. They have really made an effort lately to talk about paying up for clean items, because like, all that work's already been done. And I paid up for some stuff today. I went out of town and sourced, and I don't regret any of it. I feel like I have really good profits.
Yeah, because you're not cleaning, so there's your time right there.
I don't like cleaning even my own stuff. I don't want to clean any of this crap.
That's why I don't do shoes, because I hate cleaning.
But now the perspective for me is different. I have to drive 40 minutes to get to a thrift store. So it can sit there out in the garage or even outside, because it was hard goods. It was vintage Corelle dishes. I was just like, I can't believe the amount of money that they get for some of that stuff. I'm like,
oh yeah.
And it was like a box full of $5 bills. Now, granted, and then I said to my husband, well, I can throw it away just as easy as anybody else. So I'll get tired. I'll get tired of looking at it. I'll either clean it and list it, or just get rid of it.
Yeah, there you go. Paul said he'd send you 20 items a day.
He posted on his Instagram story, and he's like, okay, we're in the warehouse. And I missed the first story because I didn't have the sound up. So then he said something about being in the warehouse. He's like, here's the before. And I was like, oh, he's going to clean it up. And then I clicked through to the after, and it was like worse than before. He brought all his stuff in.
Oh, that's funny.
Jamie, how are you? My wife said time is valuable. That is true.
Especially when you're raising kids, like, time is everything.
Harry, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by.
I'm an empty
nester. The burnout is real. Yeah. But hey, your time is still valuable, though.
Yes. Yeah. That's very true.
The time is still valuable. And it is hard. Trying to find time. Like I said, I couldn't list tonight, so I missed out on today.
Right.
Yeah, I can tell you, in listing like the 50 items a day, it could not be done without trying to list when my kids are asleep. I'm not a morning person. So, for 3 weeks straight, I was up until 2 a.m. every single night. If anyone's going to tell you that it can be done without hard work, like, unsubscribe, because it was 2 a.m. every single night leading up to our vacation. I have never felt more ready for a vacation than when we took that one. Like, my entire family was asleep by the time I went to bed every night. And I was making great sales, though, because I got to get a new car.
Yeah, that's a good goal to look towards, though.
Yeah.
To know that to get a car from what you're selling, some people's junk, basically.
Yeah, stuff people don't want anymore. And it's crazy, because the stuff around here that people don't want is the same stuff that people go crazy for in California, or.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree.
It's really good. Good for me.
Paul said he can list 50 items with his kids being awake.
Your kids must be more helpful than mine.
Sasha is his baby.
I don't think he has any kids.
He's got
Does
a puppy.
Rachel have a channel name? Her link is down
it's
below
Rachel
in the
Strickland.
description. Yes, her link is down in the description, so go check her out.
I tried to make it easy on everyone because I struggle so much with learning everyone's names, which I'm doing better now. But if I just call some, like someone's screen name, it's A, to give props and shout out to your channel, but B, sometimes I can't remember names. And so I wanted to make it easy on everyone and just use my name.
That's how I am. I'm horrible with names. So.
I'm not
and I have all my channels the same name, or like Instagram, Facebook, all of it is the same, because otherwise there's one person that I really need to do like a shout out to. So I'm like, am I supposed to use the Instagram name, or am I supposed to use the YouTube name, or am I supposed to go on Facebook?
Very true.
It's just, I'm like, I'll just keep it simple. So
Glamma's Closet, so you can just call her Glamma. It's easy.
There you go.
Yep.
So tell us about your most exciting sale recently. I mean, or something that you just were like, no way. I can give you one. I got a bar of soap on my Instagram that was in a pile of junk, like you were saying about the vintage items and such. This gentleman was a collector, and he went to the nursing home or something, and it was just a big pile of stuff on a table, 2 tables, overwhelming. I took it all home and started digging through it, and I found this bar of laundry soap, and I Googled it, or not Googled it, I comped it on eBay, and it was worth $12, and I just sold it today for $11.49. I was like,
nice. I like that. That is something like totally unexpected, and it's a bread and butter item, because it's the $10 sales that make listing and reselling full-time even possible. Like if I was solely dependent on $100 sales, this would be a part-time gig. I did something similar with a cream deodorant. It was Arid brand cream deodorant, and it was 25 cents at my thrift store. And this was long before I had like my reseller YouTube and reseller Instagram. And I asked the people on my personal Instagram, would you buy this to try to sell it for profit? And everyone was like, gross, do not buy that deodorant. And it sold for $25. And so I was like, I mean, it's discontinued. Who sees cream deodorant? So I sold it was like a sewing machine, but it was also an embroidery machine. Husqvarna is the brand, and it had sat in my basement for about 10 years. Someone gave it to me. I never learned how to use it, and sold it for close to $500. Like, there is a buyer for absolutely everything. And people, I see them redonating their stale inventory. I mean, if you have the space for it, if it's not really wrecking your day, I promise you it will sell eventually. The right person will come along.
Right.
Redlets Gaming has a question. They said, are you a full-time reseller? And also, how long did it take you to get full-time?
I definitely consider myself full-time. I think, and I was having this thought today, that a lot of people that are part-time should consider themselves full-time, because I think it's a little misleading when people that are just getting into reselling see that you're a part-time reseller. What they think, what the public thinks, is that you have part-time hours. Like, I do this 5 or 10 hours a week. And what we think is this your only source of income? And I know a lot of part-time resellers that are reselling 40, 50 hours a week. So when we say, well, I'm a part-time reseller, people think that they're going to add this into their 40-hour-a-week job, and, nothing's going to go, undone. They'll have plenty of time for other things, like it's a hobby. And maybe there should be 3 categories, like hobbyist, part-time, and full-time. Because I think if you're going to make any consistent money at it, you are full-time, because you're working it probably every day. You're probably working, over 20 hours a week. I consider myself full-time. I love what I do. I love everything about it. I love telling you guys about it just as much as I love doing it. So, YouTube blends right in with that perfectly. I'm not monetized in any way on Instagram, and I'm probably on there more than YouTube, telling people about what I'm doing and how they can do it too,
So maybe I'm considered full-time then, since I do put in full-time hours, it seems like.
Yeah, I'm sure you're full-time. Like, I just think that everyone has some different way of how they designate part-time or full-time. But I work this all the time, and I, am making, I'm still not netting per year the most I've ever made of any job, but I'm close to it. So, financially and hours-wise, it's a full-time job.
Ed said he sold the carrying bag of that machine for $80.
Nice. Yeah, Husqvarna, like people think of like lawn equipment, and
I was thinking chainsaw.
Now I remember what it is. Yeah,
it is a
Q.
huge seller of embroidery equipment. I mean, the tiny little cartridges, you're talking $20, $30, $50 for like accessories to a Husqvarna unit.
Harry likes selling the sewing machines. He always talks about those. Part-time here, but he does way more than 30 hours a week.
Right.
There's Angie's channel link. Her link's also up above in the pinned
Jennifer
chat.
is so bomb. Let me just interrupt you for a second and tell you that the other day, Johnny dropped Jennifer's Buy Me a Coffee in his chat. And I was like, I didn't even know she had one. I'm going to go buy her coffee right now. And I pray to God that when I do lives, Jennifer shows up and is just her excellent self, because she is just the best at just dropping links and trying to like support whoever's doing the live every way that she can. So y'all go buy that girl a milkshake. After this live, okay, go click on her channel and buy her milkshake.
Rev wants to know, how do you get health insurance?
I don't have health insurance. I'm a vegan ultra runner. That's my health insurance.
Amen. You're insured the most important way.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll just be honest with you. I don't have health insurance.
It was Jennifer Hayes, one of the best link droppers ever. I mean, she can find your link in a snap of a finger.
Yeah. She'll find stuff you don't even want her to find. She's the Nancy Drew.
It is crazy. I still want to know how she does it. She will not give that out though, but
she's excellent.
Pittsburgh Picker said they also sold one of those machines, really good money.
They're just great. Never pass up Husqvarna anything sewing.
I only thought they made like chainsaws and lawnmowers. So
yeah, no, they're not.
Aha, the Hoogs and I both had the same idea.
What's that?
The Hoogs posted her buy her a coffee, and I posted her YouTube channel.
No, buy me a milkshake.
Yeah, hers is buy me a milkshake.
Buy Jen a milkshake.
They have a company plan, or you can go to the health insurance marketplace.
Nice, yeah.
So that's good. So does your whole family get involved with it, or is it just you doing the sourcing?
So Israel, who is the baby, he's 5, he's not a baby. Obviously he tests all the toys for the first 6 months that I own them. And then when he's tired of it, I sell them. But he's like, I don't know if I've been doing this long enough or if he's old enough that he realizes when I bring stuff in, he's like, Mommy, is this for sale? And I was listing children's books the other day and I was pulling up comps and he goes, that's my book. Is that you? Why is my book on there? I said, that's someone else's. Like, he was worried that I was selling his book. So my oldest though does resell a little bit. I wish he resold some more. He's got some drafts right now for some wrestlers. He just needs to get down here and take the pictures, and he wants to start taking my pictures for a fee. So we're in negotiations about what that might look like. And then my husband is an electrician and he makes better money than I could reselling. So I'm hoping that he'll stick with that. But he does help me find stuff. He in one haul helped me find like 40 single stitch t-shirts at one thrift store. And just today when he was gone working, when he was gone working out of town, he stopped off at their Goodwill and looked for sealed VHSs and sent me the pictures of the ones that they had.
So you like
at least he's a team player though.
Yeah.
So you like selling sealed VHS tapes?
I haven't yet. I just listed the first one this weekend and we'll see what happens. I was watching a really interesting, it was like an expose. I wish I could remember the guy's name right now, but on Retro Rick's channel, his last video, he was talking about, it's like an expose about WADA video game grading and heritage auctions and how they're basically creating this bubble about video games being graded and they're sealed video games. And I just kind of wonder if that's the same thing that's taking place with VHSs. But you know, if I buy them right now for the right price and I can sell them before the bubble burst, I'm all about it. I'm trying to buy a new Lincoln over here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we pick up sealed VHSs all the time because some of them do sell. I mean, you can pick them up usually for 50 cents to $1. So.
Yeah.
So Riblets Gaming said, I've been confused by the full versus part-time. You made a lot of sense. I guess consider full-timers as someone that resells for their only income. That's kind of the way I looked at it too. Like if you have 2 sources of income, you're part-time. But
what do you think about? Is there anything that you're like, oh no, just like you were talking about a certain level of sales, anything that's dirty, you know, you don't want to spend the time on it, but is there, any particular like clothing or hard goods that you're just like, oh no, you can keep it?
I have graduated beyond basic mall brand clothing. I say graduated beyond because I feel like that is such a wonderful entry level for anyone that is thinking about reselling, because you can pick it up relatively cheaply. You're not losing a lot of money. You can ship it very, very cheaply. So a lot of the brands that like I passed up even a Free People top today, unless it's exceptional Free People, I'm not that interested in it because I've had Free People sit for 2 years and sell for $11. The market is just so oversaturated, especially on Poshmark, because like there's the reseller channels we know about, and that's largely eBay, but there's this whole group of resellers that are just Poshmark, and they give out brands like Bolo brands, and all it does is saturate the market. The price is driven so far down. So I have a video about why I don't sell basic clothes anymore. But I think it's great for some people, and I think that you could absolutely pick up basic clothes for $1, $2, sell them for $14.99 free shipping, or $9.99, $5 shipping, and you could make full-time income off of that. But it doesn't excite me enough to get out of my death pile. So I look beyond that kind of stuff. I would look beyond anything that obviously goes against my faith. I'm not interested in anything like 18 plus. And I don't know. I guess that would probably be the two biggest things.
Cool.
Michael said horror VHS sealed is crazy money, which I've never
it's so crazy that he says that, because I should have added that. I would never pick up one of those. I know that you can net hundreds of dollars off a horror VHS, and just me personally, I've absolutely zero interest in selling it. It grosses me out.
New VHS, if you could pick up new VHS tapes for 50 cents, they would grab them, which we always do. Ed's selling stuff during our live, which is great. So hopefully he keeps selling stuff to keep making that money.
Nice.
Their dream is to find a huge vintage toy lot.
Vintage toys are so cool.
Yes.
They are, especially the old Fisher Price toys. And
yeah, that's something I'm willing to make $5 on. Like if I can get, the little wooden car that you pull behind, I sold that for $11.99 free shipping. I don't know that I even made anything, but I picked it up for 50 cents. I sold it, and I was just so happy to get that in the hands of somebody. So yeah, vintage toys, they have a special place in my heart. I don't care to try to get rich off of those. I just want to sell them to someone that loves them.
It's always cool to find that one item that you like, just like the toys or something. It's like, okay, I have it, but then it's like, okay, I'll find a buyer for it. But some of those childhood toys are cool.
Yeah, I find a lot of the fibercraft vintage dolls that are still in the wrapper, and they're only like, I'll find them for $0.25 or 50 cents, and they only sell for $13, $14, and they still have the Walmart sticker on them for $1.97.
So that's like the craft style ones,
right? Correct.
Okay, yeah. The Chosen Goods reseller, she picked up one of those recently, and it still has the Walmart sticker, just like you said.
Yeah.
Michael from the Coma Fine said he made a horror movie, and his cousin is the villain in Conjuring 3.
I like you, and you can still use my YouTube videos, as I told you the other day, but I'm not watching your horror stuff. I just watch comedy or documentaries. That's it.
Okay. So what's your favorite comedy movie?
Superstar.
That doesn't ring a bell.
Like Mary Catherine Gallagher. Tell me somebody in the chat knows. Okay, Molly Shannon had a character on Saturday Night Live, Mary Catherine Gallagher. She's like that Catholic schoolgirl, and she would like put her hands in her arms. And
I know,
are you serious?
I know that, but yeah, I'm not. I actually am not a huge Saturday Night Live fan.
Me either. No.
I like really stupid humor. That's probably my dad's fault too. Like he would introduce us to Mr. Bean and Airplane and really dumb movies that my mom would kind of roll her eyes at. My mom is the horror movie fan. She loves horror movies. When she was a little girl, her grandparents who raised her owned this drive-in theater, and she said she would sit on like the projector house, and they would eat popcorn with ketchup on it and watch these horror movies. And she loves them to this day. I'm sure it reminds her of her childhood, which is weird.
So Glamma has a question. Is a tie-dye Build-A-Bear a good find?
I have one Build-A-Bear that I've ever picked up, Glamma, and I still own it. So I will probably never pick up Build-A-Bear again.
Well, if you're going to pick up a Build-A-Bear, don't pick up a bear. Pick up any other animal that they have,
Yep.
and they will sell.
Yep.
The bears, we
Mine
have
is a
bears
bear.
in here, and they will not sell.
No.
This is
But you
useful
pick up-
information.
Yeah, if you pick up
Yes.
something other than a bear, it'll sell quick.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we sold,
I
actually,
just
most
got a
of our
monkey. Just got a monkey the other day.
bears have
They're cute.
sold
But...
to Australia and overseas. So
Nice.
Yep. Yes. Do you do a lot of GSP?
Yeah, just today I shipped out Tigress from Kung Fu Panda. I sold it for $14.99 free shipping, and someone in the UK bought it, and it was all in at like $40 for this thing.
Oh,
and
nice.
there were plenty of other sellers for $14.99 free shipping, or like $14.99 maybe plus $5 shipping, but they weren't selling GSP. And for anyone that's afraid of GSP, all you have to do is ship it to Kentucky. That's it.
Yep.
Like, your liability ends there. It could not be easier. I want to encourage you to dive into GSP. You're opening up to a wealth of other buyers.
It's the greatest thing ever because they take care of it once it gets to Kentucky.
Yeah. And Kentucky is a neighboring state, so even if they buy something heavy, it's so cheap for me to ship it.
That's how it is for us too.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Picker said the Fisher Price McDonald's drive-through is a moneymaker also.
Oh, okay. I'll remember that.
Pretty good. So Jennifer Hayes said a great movie.
Thank you for knowing Superstar, Jennifer.
Adam doesn't know it. Ed likes it. Clamma likes it. Okay, so people do know it.
It was my favorite forever. I don't know why. Because it's stupid humor.
Yeah. They posted a Build-A-Bear leopard. It sold the next day. People said Macari and Poshmark are really good for Build-A-Bears also. And
Okay.
plush, which I would have never guessed.
No, not Poshmark. I wouldn't have guessed. But
GSP is the global shipping program through eBay. Basically, all you have to do is ship it to a hub, which for us on the East Coast is Kentucky. I don't know. Does the West Coast have a different one, or is it Kentucky also?
I think everyone ships to Kentucky.
I think so too.
Hey, Ed,
everything that I've ever heard.
Yeah. Ed, if you do the global shipping program, comment if you ship yours to Kentucky too. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I think everyone's Kentucky. And you just have to get it there. You get it to like their hub, and then they, as far as I understand, they open the package and make sure it's packaged appropriately for overseas shipment. So I always write on them, like, do not open with sharp tools or anything like that, because as far as I know, they don't know what it is prior to opening it. And you mail a blanket in a box and they use a box cutter or something. Like, be careful with your shipment.
Good point.
I never thought about doing that.
So what was the one thing that got you hooked? Why did you start selling eBay? Did you tell us that already?
The one thing that got me hooked was being able to spend more time at home with my son. It just 100%. That's all that I really wanted to be able to do, was invest in him. Because like I was telling this Sierra 6 the other day, one of my friends, reseller friends on YouTube and on Instagram both, that the people that your kids are going to be one day is completely dependent on who you are to them today. And I want to be there for them. And so that was what got me hooked. I don't know that it was any one thing, but I do remember selling a Madewell bag. It was the first thing I sold on Poshmark, and I listed it on eBay, cross-posted it on Poshmark, and it sold within 15 minutes for over $100. So I was like, oh, and people were still just barely looking at it on eBay. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there is relevancy in cross-posting stuff over to Poshmark.
Now, do you use any certain programs to cross-list, or you just do it manually?
The thumbs. That's what Drew Profit Monster says. He's on the thumbs program or something, which I think he actually uses Hammock some now. But I just, every time I cross post something, I'm like, I just made $1, because otherwise, like if I'm using a cross posting platform, it's costing you like $1 a listing or something similar. And so I consider that money in my pocket every time that I cross post.
So you don't use anything like Hammock or anything else. You just do all your own.
Yes. Because otherwise, I feel like if I thrifted something for $6 and then I'm paying someone $1 to cross post it, no, I thrifted that for $7 now. Like, my cost of goods is going up with every single item.
Right.
And it hasn't even sold.
Right. So you don't have a minimum that you try to sell like all your items for? You, it depends on what the item is and how cheap you get it.
Yeah, I try to make at least 10 times my money on most items. And I try not to source over $5, but today I sourced several things over $5, but they were still going to net me, you know, that 10 times my money. I mean, but like one item, I bought this Kodak carousel projector, and it was $10, and it's going to sell for like 60 to 75. So that's not 10 times my money, but I thought, man, I could make $50 pretty quickly on that. So
and they do sell. So
yeah,
we bought one and totally didn't have a power cord, but we sold it. We ended up tripling our money. We sold it at the yard sale. A guy needed it because he had the power cord, but he didn't have the machine.
Nice.
So there is a buyer for everything.
Yes.
Well, I get nervous saying tripling your money or doubling your money, because you can run into that real easy, that, $5 being tripled is only $15. So, for me, it's a little bit easier to just say that I try not to sell anything less than $20 unless I can get it for free or almost free. So only because otherwise, if I say triple my money, it's not really explaining.
I think the average purchase price on eBay is $30. So always keep that in mind when you're sourcing stuff. You can absolutely be a high-end only reseller, but the average price people are spending on is $30. So you can appeal to most people, at least if you at least include that, which you do.
Super Fast Tortoise said, do you guys ever make a game or an event out of sourcing?
It's so much fun on its own. Like, I was pulling into Goodwill today, and I thought, I cannot believe that what I used to do on my lunch break, because I couldn't wait to go, because I was just thrifting for me. Like, I can't believe that that's my job now.
Have you seen the Hoogs challenge video? I have a challenge for everyone. I tried to post it today and I did it all wrong, but it is coming out hopefully tomorrow. And it's just 3 items in 30 minutes without comping. And if your items sell within 1 week, you get double the credit. And of course, Desiree had to sell all 3 of her items in like 4 days. I'm like, nice. Yeah, they're really good items. They're dog training kits, I think.
Nice.
And a Bible. And a Bible.
Oh yes, and a Bible on a
electronic Bible.
Electronic Bible or something like that. Yep. I was like, wow.
Riblets wants to know, do you ever do in-store resale arbitrage?
I do some retail arbitrage for sure. I recently, we're Lego fanatics in my house, and we hit the Lego clearance that was nationwide at Walmart. And believe it or not, I actually did buy some to resell. I'm going to pat myself on the back. I had to wrestle them from my children's hands and my own. I kept 3 sets for me. My oldest got 3 or 4 sets. The youngest got some sets, and we still had some to resell that, we'll pay for our haul for sure. I'm still not sure if everything that we have, if we're not selling all of it. There's some video minifigures. I love a minifigure. Anyway, I do retail arbitrage if the price is right. I'm not super interested in doubling my money on anything, so it has to be an extreme clearance. But it's easy because you don't even have to take pictures. Okay, I'm not telling you to steal Walmart's photos, but I recently, several months ago, hit a $1 Walmart clearance. And I'm not talking about one little section. I'm talking about in every single department of our Walmart. I don't know if other Walmarts do this. And I certainly didn't post about it because I didn't want you guys to saturate the sunglasses. So I hit all these $1. I filled an entire cart. Everything was $1. I'm talking shoes, sweaters, pajamas. And I did not take a single photo. I scanned the thing on the Walmart website, took a screenshot, put it up. I listed 75 items that night. It's the easiest money I've ever made. And so, yeah, if you can find deep clearance prices, riblets, I would highly encourage retail arbitrage because it's easy money.
Wow. I found some makeup the other day for 10 cents. That was the best that I could do.
Nice.
But it was more like a mahogany, very dark complexion, but you just never know.
And see, that's how our area is also. We don't have a very racially diverse area. So the any makeup that would appeal to a more ethnic community is clearanced out at our Walmart. So I could buy stuff like that and get it in the hands of somebody that might really need it and want to pay full price for it. So there may be a market there for you, this untapped retail arbitrage for you.
Right. There was only 3, but I thought, hey, for $10 a piece and they sell for $10, I was like, well, if I sell them, why not?
And especially because that color makeup's not going to be available in all areas. So if that helps some girl feel fabulous, it's totally worth it.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. I'll have to keep that in mind.
So Angie, have you ever been to the CR binge yet?
I have, and I have to stay out of the bins because I forget that you're being charged per pound. And like I get all excited. I get all excited that I found, like the other day I found sheets and blankets, and I left there and I think I had almost 100 pounds of stuff.
Wow.
I mean, it was great stuff. I found cowboy boots, and I found snow boots, and I found lots of heavier stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I can sell the cowboy boots for like $60, but
Right.
it was kind of like, it was such a huge investment. I was just like, okay, when I go sourcing, I got to calm down here. But it was fun. I mean, I'll go back.
You'll
for
make
sure,
your money back and then some.
Right. It's just, I have so much stuff to list that I'm trying to only source when it's just like right in my face. If there's a garage sale right in front of me, like Saturday, I had to source. And sure
Trade
enough,
that
I
deal
found,
file then.
right. True.
Yep.
I found Ninja cups at this garage sale. 3 of them for $1.50, and I'm like, so I mean, there was fun stuff like that, but otherwise I tried to behave.
Gotcha.
So anyway,
Key Lime Kisses said some of the minifigs go for just as much as the whole set.
Absolutely. And there's like, I sourced this entire tub, probably close to 100 pounds. It was over 50 pounds. And I bought an entire tub of this lady's Lego for $50. And so you can sell Lego for $10 a pound. I mean, that was $500 worth of Lego.
Oh, yes.
And there was a lot of Lego Chima in there. If you see the Lego Chima, those are discontinued. They don't make those anymore. Hold on to those. They're going to be worth some money.
What kind of Legos again?
They're called Lego Chima. So it's like, it's not Ninjago, but it's still like they have head pieces that they're dressed up as animals. Not just any animals.
Okay.
Like, you need to just Google Lego Chima, because that's going to provide a better description than anything I could tell you.
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Ed also wants to know, what is your favorite kind of video to make?
It's a really stupid one. I wish my stupid humor was received better. I'll crack jokes and they're not ever received as much as the things that I forget I even said. And then people will comment on something. I'm like, did I say that in that video? And anyway, I like to make humorous videos, but I know you guys don't come to YouTube just to be entertained. You're, the same as me. I want to learn something. So I try to just inject some humor. I like to do kind of evergreen style videos, show you how to ship things. I will do what sold videos. They're not necessarily my favorite, because I often wonder if people are enjoying them. So if you ever enjoy any of my videos, please tell me. I think a lot of people do love the what sold, but you just don't receive the exact same kind of feedback as like a haul video. So yeah, I need to know what your favorite video is on my channel more than what I like to make. But I like stuff, anything that could educate somebody.
I think experienced related videos are really good. Kind of like what you said about the scammer and different things, that even your more well experienced people don't maybe understand. I'm surprised at how many people that they're afraid of selling great big electronics. Like, they don't understand the process of just sending something FedEx.
Yes, FedEx will save you every day. I promise you can probably ship it for $26.
Exactly.
Quit thinking that it's going to be $70. It's never more than $26.
Right. And those are the things that I didn't know anything about. I had to watch lots of videos, and then I was like, okay, I'll just try one item. But when I first started eBay, I thought in my mind that I knew how much shipping would be. So I was like, oh, I'll just put free shipping on it. But I forgot that I had free shipping on it. And then I let my price get lower and lower. And basically I made nothing. Might have even cost me money.
Yeah. And when someone makes an offer, I always go back to see if it was free shipping. While you're talking about shipping and you're talking about what kind of videos I like to make. So this stuff here is better than any bubble wrap you will ever get in your entire life. This is a mattress pad. And I have a video on my channel about packing breakables with mattress pad, and my husband and I play like soccer with this glass vase in the yard, and it is unharmed. And that is what I use. It is $10 for a twin size mattress, and I cut it up, and that is what I ship breakables in. I shipped $400 and some odd dollars worth of irreplaceable vintage dishes out to California, and they arrived with that.
Did you get nervous when you made that video? Like, I mean, like, did you have to do a second take?
No, I was just, the bloopers are at the end, and it's me cracking up at my husband because he's so funny. And he kept saying this line that Jim Carrey says in Ace Ventura, like in Ace Ventura when he's kicking around the FedEx package or whatever, and then he says, "I got a package here," and he rattles it, and it sounds like it's broken, and the guy's like, "Sounds broken," and he says, "Most likely." And Drew kept trying to recreate that, but I couldn't keep a straight face. So the end is me cracking up at him over and over again while he says, "Most likely."
Adam also just posted a link. I'm going to be the guest on his show Wednesday night, so go check that out.
I need to subscribe and check that out for sure.
It'll be a fun time. Ed says, well, what kind of video do you find boring?
Oh my gosh, nothing. Legit. I love every single thing about making videos on YouTube. I said something on my personal Instagram not long ago that when I was a girl, okay, I'm 35 now. So when I was a teenager, early 2000s, late 90s, I would like daydream about telling people tutorial style, like what I was doing. YouTube was not a thing. I just feel like this is something that God has placed in me. And that's why I always talk about my faith in my videos, because like I don't take for granted the audience of 3,200 people that want to see what I have to say, or 500 people in a video. Like I do not take that platform for granted. So if he's given it to me, I'm going to serve him with it. But I have dreamed my whole life of just explaining stuff to people and teaching. And I don't want to be a teacher, so this must be what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh, that's awesome. I was just going to say, when he said that about a boring video, there are times though where somebody will just like, I don't necessarily want it in a slower, like this, like, so today.
Yeah, I hit double speed on those videos.
We went sourcing, and then they're like, it was really fun. And it's like, but in all fairness, those are the same people that I fast forward through. And after watching them several times, you develop a relationship, and that's the secret of YouTube.
Yeah, you can still learn stuff, even if someone's talking at a speed that you don't like, because I've watched some videos and I'm like, I could never be so low energy. But then I see some of their faithful subscribers say, watching you is so calming. And so I think there's like a YouTube community for everyone's style.
There's a market for everyone. Yes.
Yeah, I'm kind of loud and joyful. So if you like that, you should probably subscribe.
Well, the other thing I was going to say is I watched some of the big, like Nick Nimmin, and they said that if somebody puts you on fast forward, you still get credit. You just get credit for however much. So if they watch you at double speed, then you only get half credit for that time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I thought that was interesting to know, because I think we've all asked that question a lot.
I had no idea. That's cool.
So at least they get credit of you watching the video. It's just that I wish there was some way that they could get feedback that that's where I sped the video up. And then if everybody does that, then they know that
if you can watch my videos on double time, I commend you, because sometimes I'm talking too fast.
Me too. Yeah.
Brazilla Review said if FedEx isn't breaking your package, they just flat out lose it.
I hear that so much about FedEx, but I'm telling you, I have not had that experience. I
see that on Facebook a lot. In our local town,
USPS is the one that breaks and loses my stuff. USPS, like I love my local postal workers. We have a relationship. They give me free stuff. I have a big fat roll of tape that they give me for free. I bring them cookies. Like I love them, but they break my stuff. Not them personally. The next people break it.
My post
FedEx,
office,
I don't have that problem with.
My post office is stopping giving out tape because now they actually have to pay for it. They don't get it for free anymore.
Yeah, they haven't given it out here unless they just really like you. But I'm a likable girl. So.
I was gonna say I don't ask them every single time, but every few weeks I ask, only because I know that I go through spurts where I'm using priority, and I'm using it for everything. I'm using it for holding down my label and double checking, and making sure. I mean, like if you get a package from me and if you can open it without using a knife or something, there's something wrong.
eBay changed their tape recently though, and like
it's garbage.
Like you see how it shreds in half here? I just pulled this up and I didn't even have to like plan that. I love eBay's tape because you get so much of it with that credit. Yeah. And so I'll continue to buy it because I don't want to go to Walmart and buy it. But, you know, because if I can spend $0 on shipping supplies, trust me, when I buy that $10 mattress pad, That's a lot for shipping supplies.
I was at a garage sale on Friday, and a woman had cut up a mattress pad because she had some sort of back problem, and I got a great big pile of it for $1.
Nice.
And I told my husband, I said, my car was too full, so I only got one thing. And he said, you didn't undo it and put it everywhere in the car? And I was like, I didn't think of it. I mean, it was baled together. It was beautiful.
Nice.
It was great big chunks. And I was like, oops.
Wow.
Didn't think of it. But I mean, I could have gotten even more. I mean, it was amazing.
That's
beautiful
crazy.
stuff. But it's that thick, like a mattress pad, but it was
it's the best shipping, shipping cushion you'll ever use.
Now I just bought a sheet of styrofoam though for my electronics, and thankfully when I send an electronic, it's usually just saying this is for parts only, but it does power on. Gotcha. And thankfully there was enough styrofoam and all that I think it got there just fine. I even got positive feedback because I sent it FedEx and the customer thought, yay. And I was like, I'm not going to tell them that FedEx was cheaper because it took a lot to pack that box. And I'm not, I don't have a problem with making $20 off the shipping if it's this great big, it was a great big reel to reel player. So probably took me an hour.
Are you still good on time, Rachel?
What's that?
Are you still good on time?
Yeah. My husband actually put our youngest to bed, so you're totally good.
Perfect.
Thanks for asking. Make sure.
Derek's here, Atlanta Flipper. How are you?
Hey, Derek.
He said he needs some cookies.
Yeah, I think it's cookie time. What do you think? Should we give out some cookies, Mike?
That's totally up to you.
Unless somebody else wants to give something away.
I no, my giveaway is set for next week. But instead of putting cookies in the chat, how about we have each person pick a number and have Rachel write down a number, and who's ever closest without going over, they can win some cookies.
Okay, how many people do we have?
45.
What's it between?
That's up to Angie. I'm gonna let her use this.
1 in 50, and you can't go over. And so start putting your guess in the chat. Numbers between 1 and 50. And if you've won before, you're still eligible.
I already have my number. You can't see what it is.
Okay.
So I'll check the chat to see if anybody's guessing the same number. So far,
17 is already taken.
Yeah, key lime kisses. Please pick another number.
Makes me think about my grandma's key lime pie. I'm trying to make a vegan key lime pie. I found some dairy-free sweetened condensed milk. I'm gonna mix that with tofu and lime juice, and I think I can do it.
My wife just had to go vegan and dairy-free. And
had to? She is blessed to go vegan.
Well, so it's
tell
crazy.
her to hit me up for all the recipes.
I will, because we did pizza tonight, but we had one of those Dia pizzas, the gluten and dairy-free pizzas. Those things are better than regular pizza.
Yeah, it's just our lifestyle. We just do it because I do it largely because I love animals. But
it's 38 twice in the chat. I'm trying to find my pen. I lost
my pen. 28 is key lime kisses.
Okay.
Key lime kisses needs to pick another number again.
Okay.
What kind of cookies are they getting if they win?
Chocolate chip, homemade. Yeah, it's my favorite. It's my easy, I make them so much. And my husband's on a diet, so he won't let me make them for us to eat.
Take your postal workers some cookies. You'll get that tape again.
That's a good idea. Actually, I buy her coffee. I do everything I can possibly do for her. I mean, she's amazing. She's very good to me. And she is part of the reason why I kept selling, because when I first started, she literally said first class means this. And I didn't know what first class meant.
Wow. Yeah.
It's amazing.
You almost see the opposite most of the time, that they're just going to be like, yeah, put it in this box, that they'll sell you. I don't care how much you're paying for it. I want to stop people all the time and be like, you could fit that in a flat rate envelope and you could fold it this way. But I'm like, mind your own business, Rachel. Nobody asked you for shipping advice in the postal line. Okay. Just sit here with your IKEA bag and stare at the wall until it's your turn.
I've done that before. I couldn't believe one lady in front of me. She had a family heirloom that she was sending. She paid for it to be. First, she told the guy, please be careful with that. And he looked at her like, are you kidding? And
I'm going to be the most careful with it. They're going to kick it and play dodgeball with it in the bag.
Well, she's like, can you put fragile on the side of it? And he goes, well, if you want it to go fragile rate, we have to handle it differently, and we'll charge you another $30.
She should have done that. I hope she did.
Yeah, she did.
She said she's happy to be eating vegan, huh?
Yeah. No, she's.
You're gonna see her energy just go straight through the roof, and
there's just certain things that she does miss, but no, she's doing well with it. So.
Do we have everybody? Bartermania, if you need to pick a number between 1 and 50, and Rachel has picked a number, and you cannot go over, and then I will send you. I don't know how many I've been sending. Probably about 14 to 16. Depends on who you are. Michaela got some goodies and everything. I had fun with that. That was fun. So anyway. And you always have inventory laying around where I was just like, I would love to give this to them. Yeah.
Commonwealth Picker, thanks for stopping by.
Well, hello.
Atlanta Flipper asked if these cookies are FDA approved.
No commercial kitchen. She made them in the backyard.
So if you're in the chat and you haven't made a guess, between 1 and 50 without going over.
Yep.
And so
once she shows the number, we'll see.
Yeah.
Who won.
This number popped right in my head as soon as you said guess the number. So these cookies were meant to be delivered to this person. And if this number's not in the chat, then I don't know what to say.
Well, and if the closest one without going over.
Yep. So. Correct.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
So
it's like Price is Right. Do you want me to show it?
Yep. Okay. I think we're ready. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The number is 18.
I do remember seeing 18, I think.
Yep. So if you had 18, you can send me a private chat. Wasn't there 17?
So Adam Exploits had 17.
Okay, Adam.
I don't see an 18. So
did anybody have 18 if they remember? Okay. Very good. Yep, that is for a batch of my famous homemade chocolate chip cookies. Woohoo! The truth is, I just enjoy making them, and I love cookie dough.
Oh, nice.
That may or may not be FDA approved, as Derek was saying. So how about your favorite reselling story? As far as, have you ever sent something to someone where you were just touched, and you're like, that was really meant to go to that person?
All the time. Those are my favorite messages. I shared recently on my Good, Bad, and Ugly about a guy that reached out to me and asked if I could negotiate $20 off of these already underpriced Ariat steel toe boots. I had them priced at $48. And he said, will you take $28? And he explained how he needed them for a job. And he didn't have to tell me his backstory, but he was working part-time. He had a mother and a brother who were in poor health. And he said, I have this full-time job waiting for me at this Ross distribution center. And, obviously working in any factory, you have to have PPEs, you have to have steel toe boots in a lot of places. And so he's waiting to start this job, but he can't afford these boots. I said, I will absolutely accept your offer. And then he said, I can't pay for it was 10 or 15 days. I said, eBay's going to cancel your order. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the listing down. You come back to me and tell me when you have the money for them on the 8th or whatever it was.
Roman.
And he came back days before that, and he said, I borrowed money from a friend, and
nice.
I'm ready for the boots. And so I listed them. He made me the same offer, sent them out to him. Hey, that's my husband. Hi, Dello.
Okay.
Hi, Israel. Those are my boys. But yeah, that was that was recently probably one of the most heartwarming is this guy needed these boots, and they were Drew's boots. They were my husband's boots. So they didn't even cost us anything. And to be able to give them towards a man wanting to work. So there's not enough people wanting to work right now. There's plenty of times you're going to come in. I sold a Wonder Woman shirt or some shoes once to a lady that said, I'm trying to buy these for a real life Wonder Woman battling cancer right now. And can I just ship it to you for free? Yes, I'll take your offer. So I encourage you, if you have some story like that, to go ahead and reach out to someone on eBay. Maybe some sellers won't care, but that's almost what keeps you doing what you're doing, is knowing that you're making a difference to somebody. I guess it's kind of cheesy to say because we're making money at it, but you want to know that what you're doing has some value beyond paying your electric bill,
Right. I had sold Oh, I'm sorry. I sold a magnifying, like a microfiche thing for book microfilm or whatever. And it's so funny because I sold it right away and it's an older model and all of that. And it was pretty good price. And I actually Googled their address because I just know I'm gonna get scammed. So I Googled the address and it said that the woman was like in her 80s. So I thought, this should be good. And I thought, well, I'm gonna send it because at least she's supposedly there. She gave me the greatest feedback, like a great big
wow. Yeah, because
paragraph
feedback
saying,
can be so
thank you for
long
how
now.
you shipped it. What's that?
Feedback can be so long now.
Yeah.
I was so happy that, yeah, but she even said in shipping, the light bulb broke or it didn't work or something. But I appreciate that the seller did it this way and all that. I just bought a new light bulb. It's no problem. Thank you so much. And I was just like, she could have ripped me. She could have said the light bulb broke and you know what I'm saying? So I'm very grateful that, there are buyers out there that actually care and really truly are grateful that you do what you do.
Yeah.
Well, I shipped a glass sword, and the end of it broke off. And I asked the guy, I said, what kind of refund do you think's appropriate? He said, look, just send me like $8. It's enough to buy some glue to fix it. He could have asked for all back.
Right.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
That's really cool. I saw Drew just commented, and you can tell who drives us on family trips because he said that we're 2 hours from Jonesboro. Shows what I knows.
That's funny.
He just insists on driving everywhere. It's his fault.
I'm the one that has to drive everywhere. I cannot sit in the passenger seat, except for on our way home from our last vacation. I let her drive home, and it was kind of nice just to relax a little bit.
We drove the majority of Route 66, lifetime dream of mine, and I didn't drive 1 inch of that pavement. He drove the whole thing.
But then you get to take in all the sights and
the GPS.
I love it.
Yeah.
And you get to say, no, that's not the right direction. Trust me, I know because I'm looking at it.
We didn't even care if we got lost on that trip. Every bit of it was amazing.
That sounds amazing.
So where's your favorite place to vacation?
We like to visit new places all the time. My favorite place would probably be where my folks are. They live in South Florida. So when we vacation there, obviously we get to see them. But that doesn't happen a whole lot because they live in South Florida. So I don't know if somebody is always jealous because I don't get to drive. Yes, he's right. We like to see new places. Like our 5-year-old, I tallied it up the other day, and I think he's been to like 19 states. He's 5.
Oh, wow.
And so like we're always trying to see new places. So somewhere new. That's our favorite place.
Yeah,
I'm going to go back to interviewing. Oh, go ahead.
If you ever drive in Pittsburgh, this is a good comment because there's one bridge. You come through a tunnel. I think it's 5 lanes. But if you have to exit, you have about 100 feet to go over 4 lanes with people doing 75 miles an hour. It's like playing Frogger with a car.
Yeah, no, I don't like that kind of driving. I'm way too chill for that.
That's crazy.
So did you get a new car yet?
Not yet. I test drove one the other day that kind of like a new MKX, not new to me. But it still doesn't, like, it's 4 years newer than my MKT and does not have the features. Have I told you guys I love my car and don't actually want to get rid of it?
Did you say MK what?
I test drove the MKX, but I have the MKT, and it's so fun to drive. And so I'm just sad that I have to get rid of it, but she smokes and she won't kick the habit.
I have an MKZ. So that's MKT. I was like,
Drew has tried to get me to test drive an MKZ, and I'm like, I just don't know if I could do a car yet.
I don't think I can go back to a car. I think I got to.
It's hard once you've been in an SUV for a long time.
Yep, you're higher off the ground. You got a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know if I could do it.
Did you show that comment that Kevin left?
No, did I miss it?
I was just looking. I don't know if is it further down?
I can't see the chat, so if there's an inside joke, I don't get it.
Okay, it must be moving pretty fast. It's up a little ways. He just says,
good. I'm glad people are talking.
I'm really going through a hard time right now. My kids are eating all the snacks in the house. I don't get any. I would really appreciate some chocolate chip cookies. Then put the address in the chat.
No, I seriously, I don't see it.
Everyone stop what you're doing and mail Kevin or Reese's, okay?
Right? Oh, that's so funny. Right after somebody is jelly.
Nice.
So for whatever reason, but
it
he
was
doesn't
Drew
have a
talking
wrench.
about jelly that made him think that he needs
Yeah,
snacks.
it's funny because it's not showing up on my side.
Maybe
Yeah,
he
that's
retracted
weird.
it because it had his
Well,
full address.
Oh,
no,
maybe.
it's showing up in the regular chat, but not in the StreamYard chat.
Oh, that's
okay.
funny.
So now everybody needs to send him some. That'd be funny.
Actually,
As
Kevin,
he's
I
building
actually
his-
just sent you something today. You should have it in a couple of days. So something for your collection, by the way.
I'm going to send him an Iowa license plate, so maybe he'll have to get some not stickers, cookies with the
He
Iowa
has a
license
special
plate.
he has a special Pennsylvania license plate coming. So.
Oh, nice.
I thought maybe it was a license plate, but I didn't want to say that out loud and ruin it.
It probably says Yinzer.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Kevin needs a Snickers. His P.O. box is gonna be flooded with cookies.
Yeah.
His kids would enjoy it though. I figured Rachel sounded like a softie on eBay, so my sob story won't fly, I guess.
Aww.
I am probably a softie. Like I just expect and hope for the best in people, and although I'm pretty cynical, I want to see the best in people, even if I have to really look for it. So at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? If this guy doesn't really need these boots for that, you know what? I did my part. Like I did what was on my heart.
Right.
But I think he did. And then he wrote feedback and he was like, you'll never know what this means to me. And I'm like, what if I do never know? What if that really was like a turning point in that guy's life?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like I would pay for him to have those boots if that was like a turning moment in his life.
Right. I wish there was some place. I really wish there was some place that we could legitimately get rid of some inventory that we knew that a person was specifically looking for that item. But there's so many scammers in the world that that's too bad. But
that is true.
I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm like, oh, I wish I could just find the person that really needs this. But it's like, I mean, or even like maybe a reselling network where we could post, hey, because I had on Instagram, somebody was looking for a Nest thermostat, and I was excited because I thought, I got that. And then I went and looked, and I was like, oops, not a Nest, but it was a thermostat. It just wasn't the right one. But anyway.
I hate my Nest. I hate it and I love it. It's just that thing has a mind of its own.
What you're describing though, Angie, is like the church in Acts where God said that we all shared all things in common.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like if your neighbor needed something and you had it, you gave it to them, and
right. And it doesn't have any value to me because it's not really that important. But I mean, if we can brighten somebody's day with it, then it's like my cookies. It's like they don't cost that much to ship, and and everybody likes cookies, right?
Yeah, I would take some if you can make them vegan.
Hey, of course. There's vegan chocolate chips.
So do you have a vegan, dairy-free recipe for a cheesecake?
Okay, so Daya, it's like Daiya.
We love
they make a cheesecake that they do not sell around here, but when we went to Disney World with our kids last month, they had one at the Kissimmee Walmart, and before we left, we had bought two, and they're like $8 a cheesecake. Okay. My husband loves cheesecake, like it's one of his favorite foods, and he gave it 2 thumbs up. It was incredible. Nice. So try that brand wherever you have to go to get it. It's Daya, or the brand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can't you use coconut milk to make a cheesecake?
My husband's tried a couple different cheesecake recipes,
maybe
like
doesn't
at home
thicken up
vegan.
quite right. Mm-hmm.
It's just it's weird.
Okay.
That's what I told my wife I wanted for my birthday. It was a cheesecake, but I wanted her to eat it too, so she can make a vegan dairy-free
brand, but
cheesecake.
They are this big. They are teeny, teeny, tiny. Don't plan on feeding your girls any. They won't get any unless you buy 2.
Right. I had to eat gluten-free for a long time. Gluten-free, dairy-free, and all that. And it's just like, you might get a half a pint for, $4. And it was like, well, as long as it's worth, because you can't, but a peach, a perfectly ripe peach is really good. You just have to decide what's important.
Yeah.
So.
That is a good point. He's watching American Pickers.
Oh man, I used to tell him And he can attest to this. So we would sit there and watch that show, and I was like, wouldn't that be fun to just be your job? Like, wouldn't that be? I just love everything, and I love how like Mike loves the items that he picks, and he has this knowledge about them, and you can tell that they're passionate about them. And like that is how I feel when I come across vintage stuff. Like I bought boxes and boxes. I'm talking probably 20, 30 boxes today of vintage staples, like hardware staples, because I was like, they're not making these copper J staples anymore and these zinc H staples. They don't make these anymore, and someone needs them. And I was so excited, and I bought like 30 boxes probably at 50 cents a box. So I always love that show, and I can't believe that I get to do something similar now.
Yeah, do they still even make it?
Yeah, but there's like different people on there now.
Okay.
American Pickers is not. Yeah, they've had kind of a run-in and kind of it's pretty dramatic right now. We won't go into
my YouTube more like American Pickers.
Well, it's kind of what it is, except for we just go, and that's what Mountain Man Treasure always says when he goes to a garage sale. He says, you know, I'm just here doing my thing with my GoPro, and for me, it's really hard to get used to it because in Iowa, you know, you got the strap thing, you got video camera, and they're looking at you, and they're like, what?
Like if there are 2 other people in my town that have a YouTube channel, I don't know them. You know what I mean? And so like I see you guys yard selling and stuff, and people are like, oh, so you have a YouTube? No one would think that here. Trust me. Everyone could care less about my YouTube here. It's no big deal. And I told them, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to speak at your kids' career day one day when my channel gets bigger. Like, you could at least applaud someone for giving the effort of doing this thing. The kids coming up like really want to do. And, you know I'm only 35, but there's like, we didn't grow up doing this. And like, there's a learning curve for sure, but the community is there and the reselling side of it. And if you can make informative and entertaining videos, like there's a lot of money to be made on YouTube as well.
Right. Well, for me, it's about showing that every generation is intermingling, that, you know, my age, there's no reason why I can't make a YouTube video. It might not be as entertaining as maybe somebody that knows all the perks and stuff. But I mean, all you got to do is jump on there and start recording. Just do it.
I didn't realize how hard it was to start YouTube.
You are so right. And like when I say over on my personal Instagram, oh my gosh, you guys, I hit 3,000 subscribers. And they're like, as if I'm talking about Facebook friends or something. They could not care less because no one over there has ever done YouTube. But when I say over my reselling page, I'm like, you guys, 3K. And they're like, way to go, Rachel. And they're so supportive because like they tried it, and you understand that you don't follow someone or subscribe to someone and they sub you back. You can't buy a YouTube follower or subscriber. Every person means so much to us because it means that you showed up to watch my video. If you tell me in the comments that you received any type of education from what I said, like, trust me, it made my day.
There was a question that was on there about having stuff pre-shipped just now.
Yeah.
Can you go back to that?
Does anyone else package their items as they list? I don't, because I feel like it takes up too much room.
I would never have the space for that.
I think it depends on what it is. Yeah, there's certain things that you might as well pack it now, and then that way it's ready to go.
Like, there's some things I might slip into a padded flat rate envelope and just put it right in the bin so I can just grab it right back out. It's already done.
I would lose it.
Yeah, with like I have like 1,360 active right now, and I don't have space to store. I do my entire operations, eBay and YouTube, out of one room. There's no way I can package it.
So how do you organize all your? What kind of system do you have? Like bins or?
Bins by category. I don't have custom SKUs. I have bins by category. So like men's shirts, jackets, men's pants. It doesn't take too long to find anything that way. The comment that you said was my mom that called me her little star because she's my biggest fan and she loves me. I happen to be her favorite child. So
favorite because you're the only one?
No, I have 2 sisters.
Okay, I was actually going to ask that too. Glamour said she got her first thumbs down on a video.
Oh, I have a super fan that shows up to every single video, Grandma. Within an hour or two of posting, my super fan shows up, and I'm like, and I call him a super fan because you're subscribed, you have notifications turned on, or you would not know every single time. Because like a video can have 120 thumbs up, and there's that one. I'm like, so people, it's not that someone genuinely didn't like what they're saying. It's just you can be the ripest, juiciest peach, and everybody doesn't like peaches. So it's okay, girl. You just do your thing, okay?
It doesn't matter. It's feedback, and YouTube could care less. I say, dude, thank you for giving me something, you know.
That's true.
Or you could comment and say that, you know, or, like the people that say, I don't like how your voice sounds. Oh, well, I'll change that for you. Let me see if I can get a new voice box in there. It's just like, then go somewhere else, you know.
People just tell me I talk too much. I have never seen Barter Kings. I don't have Netflix.
I don't think I've seen it either.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what that is.
It's so hard to watch any TV when you're doing YouTube and eBay.
Yeah, because I want to watch all y'all's videos. Like, it's so hard to watch everyone, but I try to be supportive in the community and go show it, you know. So like I'm listening as I'm driving places. That's why I was telling her earlier, just don't look at the screen. Like I was watching Osborne to Thrift, but listening as I was on my way to Source this morning, listening to his video about how he like grew his monthly income recently, and like I always want to be listening.
Yeah, it's true, and it's hard. It's so hard for me to watch. The only time I can really watch anything is when I'm doing eBay. When I'm editing videos, I can't. Everything has to be quiet because I'm editing. So
100%. I try to, and especially like while the video's uploading or something, I'm like, oh, but like it needs to be quiet because I uploaded a video once and it was part of a collab with a bunch of other resellers. It was so embarrassing. I think it was on Bolo Buddy's channel. I think that's who it was with. And maybe. Anyway, I uploaded it and I didn't realize at the beginning part that I was supposed to cut out. I did not. It was so embarrassing, you guys. It was like me fixing my hair, like like I uploaded that to YouTube. It was so embarrassing. So then they were like, oh my gosh, I thought you were being sarcastic in the video. I thought it was you being funny.
And you're like, yeah, that's me. I'm Miss Funny.
Okay.
New intro.
Oh, that's funny. You just wanted to show people you were
At least I wasn't checking my teeth and stuff.
It's a good one. Well, today I was trying to do a video and I always get my camera there and I'm looking at it and I'll take a couple deep breaths and all that. Like you said, I'm like, I've got to make sure I edit that out because I'm just like trying to think, okay, what am I going to say? What's happening?
Well, I mean, I hope that anyone that I ever meet in the reselling community can agree that I'm the same person on YouTube as I am not. But I will tell you that if I spoke to you in the volume and the speed at which I deliver YouTube videos, you would not want to hear me. Like, so yeah, you are almost like getting into character because you're just getting that like, okay, like be energetic. And yeah, it's embarrassing if people see you doing that.
Adam's actually editing right now while he's listening to this, which
I hope you plug in all kinds of wrong words of what I'm saying in there. Just type in Rachel Strickland as like
I was gonna say put Yinzer Picker in there just so that they can come sub and give me some more watch hours. So
well, that's what I was doing. I was just putting my YouTube channel in just in case people missed it.
He said she's always loud. That's because he's pretty quiet. I wish that I could plug him in more on, like I ask him sometimes, I'm like, jump in this YouTube video with me. And then I end up talking so much. He says there wasn't anything for me to say or an Instagram video or something. Cause he's really pretty funny. I need to pull him into my videos more often. We did a video when the whole country got like a foot of snow and it was something like how to survive reselling when you're snowed in or something. And my husband is in that video a lot. You guys got to go back and watch that one because he's funny.
Oh, I posted Jennifer's link. Oh, well, that's what I meant to do.
Atlanta Flipper said somebody commented on his video and said they don't like his videos. He said, thanks for watching, but why don't you like my videos? He said, because he's bald.
Wow.
What I take away from that is that he was like so classy to ask them, okay, thanks, and why? Because he wanted feedback. So I'm gonna try to use the same kindness and be as classy as him.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah. Thank you. I love your videos also.
Thanks so much for watching.
Well, if anybody has any last minute questions for Rachel, put them in the chat. We are definitely over our normal time that we normally go to.
See, I talk too much. I could just I don't know what's gonna happen when I go live, you guys.
You might be doing like a 6-hour live.
There you
ridiculous. Go. Be joining Paul Philly Flipper for another 24-hour live.
I'm glad we didn't do this live last night because we lost power at like this time at last night. So
did you see my lights just flicker?
That's like, what made me think of it.
Yeah, it's what's happening here. Well, tell us what projects you're working on. Like, where do you see yourself in the next year or 5 years? Or like, you see yourself always doing this? Are you hoping to quit?
No, I mean, right now, this is the only focus that I have. I have one other project in the works, redesigning some vintage clothing for like a private label clothing line that I'll release the name of that whenever it comes about. But that would be in addition to YouTube and reselling, but not reselling under the same name. Like I want that to be its own entity, its own thing. I'm not going to say trying to. I am getting to 5,000 subs by the end of the year. I'm just going to speak that and write it down as a goal. And so YouTube wise, that's the goal by the end of the year. And then obviously I got to get my car on eBay by the end of the year. So I guess that would cover that. And then personally, we've got a couple races coming up and just loving on these kids, you know.
Nice. So you just put out a video about your scam for your giveaway. You don't. What videos do you have coming up? What are you working on? Like some collabs or anything?
Well, my next video is going to be an update on the death pile challenge because like a lot of people told me don't do a video that is a part of a series because people fall off the series, but everyone wants to know the updates. So I'm continuing to update on that weekly. So my very next video is going to be an update about how my sales are doing, trading in my death pile for a car. And then I have a video coming out about how to clean vintage Coach bags because I get asked that a very lot. And then I use a type of Dymo printer that a lot of resellers do not use or unfamiliar with, and it allows me to print on these 2x7 labels. I get asked about that like every other day, I would say, by somebody, especially when I'm showing printing my labels. And you can usually buy that printer for closer to $50, and people just don't know that it's an option. So I'm going to be putting out a video about that also.
So that's a less expensive printer that would be.
I mean, it's a Dymo.
Right.
It's the 450, but it's not the 450 XL. And so you can get it a lot cheaper. It doesn't print the big 4x6 labels. It prints 2" by 7", and there's absolutely no problem with these labels. And I thrifted mine, but you can get them for like $50. So I'm gonna make a video about that because I like to save people money.
Right. Everybody likes to save money.
Yeah.
And Jennifer just dropped our link for next Monday. Which is
who's on with you next Monday?
You are.
Whoever wants to be. It is our birthday celebration.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Carissa's going to be over here, isn't she? I mean, I think you have multiple people.
Well, Angie's birthday is on Monday. Mine is this Thursday. So we're just going to do a birthday celebration. And we sent out some links to some people. So hopefully they could stop by and just chat for a few minutes.
That's awesome.
So.
And it's birthday celebration because your birthday, you said?
Mine is this Thursday and hers is actually on Monday. So
okay, mine's in September too, 23rd.
Okay, mine's the 2nd.
Well, then you have to come on and celebrate as well. Yes, Adam, you can come on. Anybody. Yep. We'll be going through our friends list on Instagram and sending out the StreamYard link to everybody.
And honestly, if you don't get a message, it's not that we don't like you. It's only because we can only have so many people on at once. So.
Well, and don't you think you can post it just like Johnny does, as far as like people can jump on?
Yeah, I'll probably do that halfway through. So yeah.
Right. Jennifer's birthday is Thursday too.
Yep, we're birthday buddies.
Nice.
Yep. There's so many people. Bama Pickens.
Bama Pickens and Grinning. Yeah, he just celebrated his birthday.
Okay. Yep. I was gonna say. I know there's several people that have. I'm like, wow, it's a great time for everybody. Oh, the Resell Sniper. His birthday is the 2nd as well. So
nice.
And there's a lot of people that their birthdays are coming up shortly.
Like the 9th month of the year, because like people are trying to stay warm in January, I think.
Yep. Right around Christmas time. So
yeah. Yep, we have two that, well, actually all of our children except one were born in this. We had one August 18th, August 29th, myself, my son on the 12th of September, and our anniversary is the 16th. So there you go. We had one weird one that's December 31st, but I don't know, maybe there's a cold spell or something. So, let's see. Oh, Pearl Nini says her son's birthday is Saturday.
Awesome.
So very good.
There's Jen's channel. Go check her out.
I would have put Dana asked for me to put the milkshake link. Maybe Jennifer. I know you don't like people, doing that, but
that's why everyone
Dana
else
asked for it specifically. Yeah, because I can't get to it on my phone. I'm not technically. I'm so disabled as far as technicalities and such. Anyway, but I'll get there. That is my goal yet before the end of the year is to be able to. I'm at 106 subscribers. I've gained 6 just from Saturday. Yay!
Yay! That's awesome.
Well, not enough Pisces, not enough Geminis. That's funny. So, all right, why don't you make Rachel big and she can do her spiel.
Oh, what should I do? Wait, before you make me big, what am I supposed to do?
Give your last thoughts. Yep. Motivate us. It's Monday motivation.
There you go.
How did you get through your death pile? What is your last moment that you want to give everybody to?
Getting through your death pile is eating the elephant. It really is. But here's the deal. I've learned a lot and I hope I'm not giving away all of the upcoming video about my update, but I've learned a lot about reselling and working through my death pile and not sourcing for the past month while I work through this death pile. And it is, I'm not going to say we as resellers, I'm going to say me. Okay. So I'm not talking bad about anyone. I'm talking bad about me. I was a lazy reseller to say that I couldn't list 5 or 10 things a day. To go from that to listing 50 things a day, like it gives you a different perspective. And I have really started treating this more like a business. So I just want to encourage anyone that they can do that. You just have to take the first step, pull out however many items it is that you want to list, pull those out and set those in front of you. And you can 100% do it. I have had so many people messaging me saying that they either took the vacation video advice about how to get sales on vacation, or just the how to wake up your dead store advice, and the numbers are like, someone messaged me today, her numbers are up 59% from last month, and someone messaged me, I did double what I did last month. There's no secret sauce here. I'm not doing anything that any other reseller's not doing. I'm just telling you, like, I don't sugarcoat it as much. You can do it. You just have to do it. But you have all the tools you need. And if you have a question, then you just ask me, and just be you. Source the things that excite you, because those are the things that won't end up in your death pile, right? So and you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you know when my death pile video will come out, and let me know if there's videos that you want me to make in the future, because that's the content I want to make. And thank you for being here.
That was a good one.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Ed has another. Ed always does this. He likes to throw out the questions. But how do you deal with headaches you might get from staring at the screen for a long time?
It's been incredibly real lately. So currently I have these glasses they're night driving glasses, and I'm not talking about like prescription lenses. I'm talking about they're sunglasses, but they're yellow lenses, and it's supposed to magnify and do like a high contrast when you're driving at night. But I use those to try to block out the blue light. But then they also have blue light filtering glasses. It is a real thing. I go outside sometimes, look at things that are further distance away than what your hand is. It's eye strain more than anything. But you are 1,000% correct, and that alone could probably be a video, because between YouTube and reselling, I feel like I'm staring at a screen all day long. That's why I run too. I don't have to stare at a screen, and I can look down the road.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
So go ahead, Angie, and tell everybody what you have going on.
Well, we are hoping that everybody still gets excited about this eBay challenge. I know that Desiree has done a fantastic job, but it's still something that you can challenge yourself with. 3 items in 30 minutes without comping. And if you sell it within the first week of getting those items, then you get double the profit. I'm trying to post my video, but I'm having a few technical difficulties. It will be posted in the next day or so. Other than that, I'm just trying to get some other videos out and trying to live the dream here in Iowa.
There you go. And then for us, we have our Friday or our weekend show this Friday night. Joey Bada Bing will be with us. Hopefully he's feeling better. So, and then we also have our Monday night chat for our birthday chat. So hopefully everybody can come back out next Monday, same time, same place. I'm giving away something at least.
I am too. I've found 2 different items plus some more cookies. Got to give some cookies away.
So stop by next week.
I need to think of something to jump on here and give away.
Well, okay, that sounds good. Yeah, we'll let everybody give away whatever they want to give away.
Yeah, so if somebody wants to give something away next week, that's great. Like I know last week the Atlanta Flipper gave something away right at the end of the show, but
nice pair of shoes. Yeah,
gave away a pair of shoes.
Yeah,
man, I missed that. I actually watched. I watched afterwards. The last one I watched was the one with Katie. Was that Friday or Monday show?
That was our Saturday show. Me and my wife did.
That's in Friday or Monday or Saturday. Yeah, I was watching that while I was listing books the other day. It was so funny.
Okay. Yeah, that's what my wife wants to start listing as books. So
I hate listing books, but I bought these at my kids' open house. They were like 10 for $1.
Oh wow. Yeah, you
and
can't beat that.
Vintage children's books from the 50s and 60s. So they sucked me in with the vintage.
Oh, so you're one of them that all you got to do is put vintage in the title and you're in.
You got just say something about vintage or Jesus. I'm there. I'm showing up. I'm bringing a potluck. Like
right on. We just had our first potluck since the pandemic hit this past Sunday. It was amazing.
Yeah, we had our church had their outdoor picnic. So
nice.
Oh, nice.
It was finally nice to
That's awesome.
I made enchilada casserole. Almost as good as my cookies. Not quite as good, but almost. Not very southern, but you know.
Good, Angie. I'll let you end the show this week. How about that?
Oh, well, we thank you so much, Rachel, for coming on the show and everybody for being here. Remember to make sure you come back for our birthday get together, our birthday bash. We'd love to have you come. There's going to be lots of giveaways and lots of fun. So until then, we'll see you then. Thanks again.
Bye, guys. God bless.
Bye.